In today's video, we're going to be discussing the 5 things that you need to avoid if you're going to be buying a condo in this real estate market. As home prices continue to increase year over year here in the Northern Kentucky market, it's more and more common that we're hearing people consider condos to find more affordable housing. And as a real estate team that helps people buy and sell condos regularly, we wanted to go over the top 5 mistakes that you need to avoid if you're considering buying a condo in this current real estate market. And if you like this type of real estate content or find this information helpful, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a like so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you want to have a one-on-one buyer or seller consultation or just chat about the Northern Kentucky real estate market, here's our direct contact information. We're happy to help. All right, let's get right into this. Mistake number 1 that we see people make is only considering the new listings that hit the market. So what I mean is when there's the nice new listing and it's got the demand, they're doing the open house, all of those things, it's in your natural instinct, oh, we need to go see this condo. We must need to see this condo because of all the demand, and it's only been on the market 0 days, 2 days, 3 days. And that's great. We don't want to miss out on any opportunities, but also consider, what if there's a condo that's been on the market for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? In this market that we're in, it's still favoring sellers. If there's been a home that's been on the market for a few weeks or a month or who knows, even 2, maybe you want to go back and look at that one or reevaluate it, because that could be where you have a little room for negotiation. Maybe we can get some closing costs covered. Maybe you can negotiate with them on price a little bit, or they'd be more willing to do repairs. So don't forego or overlook those condos that have been on the market for a little bit and assume, well, something must be wrong with them, or I shouldn't take a look at them. I only want to see the new condos. Consider that you might have some more wiggle room or flexibility, that maybe people have just overlooked them. Maybe they just had crummy real estate photos and that's why somebody just overlooked it and didn't even give it a chance. So consider the condos that have been on the market for a little bit. So at the end of the day, if you've seen a condo that's been sitting on the market for a little bit or has some dark photos or poor marketing, and maybe you just overlooked it at first, send it to your real estate agent and ask them to do a little more digging into it, because you never know when you could find that diamond in the rough. The second mistake that we see buyers make a lot is not taking into consideration HOA fees, so homeowners association fees. Now, what I mean by this is you may be pre-approved for, say, $400,000. And you're looking at condos that are $400,000. But maybe your mortgage lender didn't realize you were looking at condos. They thought you were looking at single family homes, or they didn't ask enough questions, and they just send you this pre-approval or pre-qualification level letter for $400,000. Now, that could have been based on your current debt to income ratio, and that was your maximum. Maybe it was what you asked for, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe that was what the maximum they could loan you at your debt to income ratio. Then you throw in homeowners association fees, and that's gonna offset everything. If you're approved for $400,000 maximum based on your debt to income ratio, and then you throw in a $300 a month, $400 a month, $500 a month homeowners association fee, that could significantly drop the amount that you can get pre-approved for, pre-qualified for, and then eventually approved for the loan. So that's something you'll want to consider. If you're going to be looking at condos, please make sure to bring this to the attention of your mortgage lender, most importantly, and then also let your real estate agent know. Say, hey, since we're looking at condos, is there anything I should keep in mind when it comes to how much I can afford? Because if you don't tell your mortgage lender, they may not think to ask if they should factor in the homeowners association dues, which will have a significant impact on your home affordability. And the last thing we want to see you do is get all the way almost to the finish line and then find out there's a $300 homeowners association fee, and now you can no longer be approved for the loan. The third mistake we see buyers make when it comes to condos is a short-term mindset. So what we mean is buying the condo just because you need to make a quick purchase, or you're not thinking about the future. Now, there are lots of pros when it comes to buying a condo. I don't want to knock condos. I personally, that was the first property I ever owned and I lived in for several years, was a condo. I think there's great benefits, but the one thing that I do like to let buyers be aware of is the fact that they don't appreciate typically as quickly as single family homes do. So that doesn't mean that they don't appreciate, but if a single family home may be having, if we're having a great real estate year and it's doing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% appreciation, a condo could still be 1, 2, 3, 4% appreciation. Now, there's a lot of factors that you need to consider with this: the community, the neighborhood, the desirability. Are they still building new homes there? That can obviously help. But if it's an already established community where they're not doing more new construction and they're increasing prices that way because of the new homes, keep in mind that typically on average, condos, at least in the Northern Kentucky market, do not appreciate as quickly as single family homes. So That doesn't mean you shouldn't buy one, but don't move in one and then think that you're going to be ready to turn around and sell it 2 years later and make a great profit. I recommend that if you're going to buy a condo, you need to be there for at least 3 years, more comfortably, maybe 5 years. The second to last mistake that we see a lot of buyers make when it comes to condo purchases is thinking that all communities are created equally. And what I mean by that is that homeowners associations are what heavily govern these condo communities. So you want to make sure you know the rules, the regulations, the budgets. If your real estate agent is not readily having all this information available, make sure you go out of your way to ask them, hey, can I get the budget? Can I find out what the restrictions, deed restrictions, rules, regulations, what amenities come along with the community? When it comes to their budget, does it look like they have reserves, or could I be potentially getting an increase to cover a roof that they didn't budget for? Or what's the history like of them increasing homeowners association dues? Are they increasing it every single year by a significant amount? So you want to make sure you know all that, and don't just assume because you looked at one community and the budget was great, they offer great amenities, that this other community offers the same. I've seen some where they run, for instance, we have a rental property condo where the homeowners association dues go up by a couple of bucks every year, which is expected. But then there's another community that is a little ways down the road where they've had some issues where they didn't handle budgeting correctly, and now they're some of the highest homeowners association dues in all of the area, and they don't include any extra amenities with that. It's just because somebody made a mistake down the road, and these are things you want to make sure you find out before closing on the property. And the fifth and final mistake that we want you to avoid when buying a condo in the Northern Kentucky area is ignore the noise. So what do we mean by ignore the noise? It means you need to make a game plan that's best suited for you, your situation, and possibly your family that you have to consider. So you should sit down with your mortgage lender, figure out the financing situation, sit down with your real estate agent, and discuss where you want to be, what amenities you want, what price points you want to be in, and stick to that game plan. Don't listen to all the noise of what somebody else may be saying that bought a home years ago, or is buying a single family home, or bought a home in another market. Make a game plan and ignore all that outside noise. So that's it. That's our 5 mistakes we're hoping you avoid when purchasing a condo in the Northern Kentucky real estate market. Thanks for watching. Again, my name's Cameron with the Berens team, your Northern Kentucky real estate agents. And if you want to reach out and chat some more about real estate, buying, selling, Northern Kentucky as a whole, I'll put the contact information right here again. Don't hesitate to contact us. Or if you want to watch more great real estate videos about Northern Kentucky or see some beautiful property tours, click this video right here. We look forward to talking to you soon.